Good evening and welcome to Championship 9-Ball. We're in Reno, Nevada. I'm Grady Mathews along with the infamous Buddy the Rifleman Hall. Buddy, you want to describe what's upcoming for our viewers?
Well, we're in store for really a great match. You have the Mexican champion, RAFAEL Martinez. You have the American champion, Nick Varner. It tends to be a great match. Both of them break the balls like King Kong. They both know the game inside and out. Maybe Nicky might have a slight edge in maneuverability of the game. I pick it to be a real close match.
Should be a great contest, and I agree with your assessment. Possibly in the safety and the position areas, I'd give Nick the edge. But as far as the break and great shot-making capability, RAFAEL is certainly maybe even a slight favorite.
Yeah.
And as always, it's a great pleasure to work with you. I've been playing the game for a living all of my life, and I learn something every single time I sit in this hallowed booth with you.
Well, I thank you, Grady. I thank you. I learn a lot from you too, bub.
Well, we have a lot of fun, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We sure do.
I really enjoy myself playing with you.
Let's also mention to our listeners that this is the 20th edition, second longest running tournament in the country, and I like the job they do here at the Sands. They go to a lot of trouble to have first-rate 9-ball tournaments, and they draw capacity audiences.
And next year it's supposed to be bigger and better yet.
Well, why not? This is a great town. They just built a bowling and convention center together. They have a Project C going on downtown where they're doing quite a bit of expansion.
Yeah.
And I suppose no matter what your proclivities might be, you could sure find it here in Reno. And that's another story better told perhaps at the bar upon a late evening.
From the loser's side.
Yeah, from the loser's side.
Yeah, you get plenty of chances to hear stories from there.
Well, they've had a little problem, Buddy, racking the balls on that table. They have been averaging, I think, 2-point-something balls on the break, which, of course, kind of takes away from the play.
It sure does. It sure does.
Well, here's our first opportunity to witness the patented Nick Varner break.
We're off and running, folks.
And that we are. And this should be a close, exciting contest.
Light adjustment, sturdy his feet up, getting ready to draw back and knock the fire out of him.
That he is.
That he is. And knocked the fire out of him, he did. He made one. He come up a little dry, I believe.
I don't believe he can see the outside edge of this, but a little too thin a cut for him to take a shot at, I believe.
But, you know, I like kind of shooting at that pocket anyway from here.
And hitting it slightly thick, and got a great chance to get safe. What do you do with the cue ball, buddy?
We play the 9 here. Just play it with a center ball.
Boy, that takes an awfully thin hit to play the 9 from here.
Play the 9, knocking the 1 over behind the 3-6.
Right, I like that part of it.
Well, I think he can hit this ball.
You know, he could go rail first on this, too. And it comes towards the 9, but he didn't hit it. But he got it safe.
Right. I believe he may have been playing to hit the ball first. He had to hit it very thin. He's going to end up with nothing here.
That's a nice shot. Nice shot. Of course, RAFAEL's been playing a lot of one-pocket lately, and that type of safety becomes decidedly easier with a little one-pocket knowledge.
Right, and RAFAEL is also a quality 3-cushion player, billiard player.
Well, I can't find the words to express how much that kind of knowledge benefits your pool game.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to go this way because he's got a full ball, a full one ball.
You got a chance to happen something here.
Look at this. Ooh.
Something has a chance to happen. I believe it cleared. I believe he has room to make the ball.
Well, if so, he'll go 2 natural rails around the 7 ball. Well, I don't know, buddy. He can't do that.
He can't do anything with the 2.
No, he can't. Not unless he lags the 1 ball in.
Yeah, just coast it in and drop 2 rails just barely past the bottom of the 7. Maybe that way.
That might be the right shot, and maybe make sure if he misses it, do it on the thick side, and he'll have a good chance to leave it safe.
I like banking this ball 1 rail down table and just sending the cue ball up behind the 6.
Oh, that's a good shot. But he likes to shoot.
He likes to shoot. He took your shot. The 2 rails just barely past the 7. Now, do you go into the 3 here?
I think he can come above it, can't he?
He sure can.
And now he'll come over and play the 4 ball in the lower left-hand corner pocket.
Think he'll come around the 4?
He can, sure. He can go 2 rails, long or short here.
Oh. Well, he hit that nice, didn't he?
He sure did. Well, he's got a nice smooth stroke anyway, and this guy is utterly fearless.
Fearless.
He thinks he can make any shot on the table, and he maps his game plan accordingly.
Well, I'm not sure he can't.
Well, he's sure one of the premier shot makers out here, isn't he?
Right. You just go 1 rail across here. It doesn't matter where he gets on the 8. He just wants to make sure he gets on the 8. He hit it hard enough where he can just bounce off for the 9. That's a well-played rack right there.
Yes, indeedy.
And if that's any indication of what we have to come, Nicky may have a long night.
Well, I've talked about this particular asset in the past as we watch Gilbert Martinez adopt a 1-0 lead in
Gilbert?
games. I said Gilbert, Raphael. Well, Gilbert Martinez is a good pool player, too.
Yeah. From Austin, Texas.
Right. But anyway, if I had to pick 2 of the greatest come-from-behind players in my knowledge of this elegant pursuit we know as pocket billiards, it would be you and Nick Varner.
Nicky is a die-hard, never-give-up competitor. He is as tough as there is in the whole world to beat.
You do not have him defeated until you pocket that match ball.
Right. And he waits to hear the fat lady sing before he gives up. It's none of this.
I saw him beat Mike Siegel once from 9-2 behind, and Nicky was corner hooked.
I think we would have done the commentary on that match. Yeah. Yeah, he ended up winning that match 11-10. That was really a fluky match there.
Yes, it was.
Remember, he missed the 9 ball when it was hill,
right,
and got safe. The cue ball come around and froze up against the 9.
I remember it's one of the most famous shots in the history of
Accu-Stats.
Yep. Well, we now get to see Gilbert Martinez. I'm saying Gilbert again. Rafael Martinez break the balls.
Right, Nicky didn't like the way the balls racked. He didn't like it at all.
He's going to have a hard time keeping the corner ball from going. The 3 went straight in the pocket. Look, 1, 2, 3.
3 balls went right in.
And he killed the cue ball pretty much in the middle of the table.
Yes.
What do you like here? I think you have to use inside, don't you? The outside English isn't workable.
Yeah, you just make sure you make this ball
and stay out of the side
and stay out of the hole.
Just like that.
He hit it like it was a hanger.
Yeah. Well, once you develop shot making skills like Raphael's, that is a relatively easy execution.
He'll draw this.
He'll want it to hit just before the side, and he's going to use a little right English, which will lengthen it out exactly like that. You have to like the pace with which Raphael approaches the game, too. I mean, he comes to the table and shoots his shots like he knows what he's doing and where he wants to go.
Right. Plays a good, solid game. Tough competitor.
And just like that, it's preparing to beat 2-0 advantage, Rafael Martinez. And he also learned to play most of his pool at 4th and Main in downtown Los Angeles, and that's an interesting place too, because I don't know how it is nowadays, but years ago, if you weren't averse to hot goods variety stuff, you could go down there and you could order a white suit or a blue Oldsmobile or whatever you wanted, they'd have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a place. Not the safest place to meander about that area of downtown Los Angeles, and I think in that aspect it's worsened. I would like to enlighten our viewers. Buddy Hall has a new pool school and an 800 number. Why don't you take a moment and divulge that number?
1-800-340-7665.
And if you aspire to change your game and improve it, perhaps reach the championship level, Buddy Hall's sure the guy to see.
I'm getting a lot of response, so if you're interested in coming, you need to make sure you call and make an appointment.
Well, what if a guy just wanted to pay the standard fee and just listen to you tell pool stories for a couple of days. Can he do that?
Sure, he could do that too.
Oh, there's my dad on the monitor with his lady friend.
Isn't she pretty?
Yeah, she's very attractive. And my dad, if I didn't know better, I'd suspect that things are running through his head that sometimes pass through mine. I don't know. I'd better not say that.
She has a headset on.
I'll redden her pretty face. Oh.
She shook her finger at you, Grady.
All right, he didn't quite catch that solidly. Well, Buddy, what do you like here? He's got 100% safety, or he could play the 2-5 combination. I don't think that he's got room to cut this 2-ball in the corner, do you?
Well, he's not even going to walk around there and look at the combination. No, he's going to play this 3 rails around, but he's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to hit the 3 or the 8.
Right. You know what? I'm having a little problem maybe you can help me with, too. I'm trying to decide whether to dignify these proceedings with a sociable wager when we get done working tonight. You think I should do that or not?
You know, a shot I like here is just thinning the 2 from the bottom end of it, hitting the side rail and going up on the other side of the 4, making it real tough to hit.
Well, I don't like that because he's got nothing to gain there. How can he run out if he gets another ball in hand? Of course, he'd have a chance to get 3 in a row. Well, he made a nice shot here. Boy, is this tough. Now, he cannot squeeze around the inside of the 5.
This is a trick shot here, kind of a trick shot. If you have to go the 1 rail route there, you can kind of curve it after it hits.
Right.
If you have enough room to hit the 5 rail.
Well, he does. Well, not that way, though. I'd go the other way and dig down into the cue ball with right English.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his best bet, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's going to want to lengthen out on him, too.
Yeah, because he goes 2 rails this way, he's going to hit the side rail more than likely, and if he does hit the 2, he's scratching behind it. He's looking at he's going to curve his ball after he hits the rail here. Okay, now watch this. This is a high left-hand cue ball.
Yeah,
watch the cue
high
ball
ball
curve. Watch the
grabs.
cue ball curve. See, that was a nice effort there.
Yeah, he was in a tough spot.
Yes, he was. That's kind of a trick shot.
And for Nick Varner, this is his first reasonable opportunity.
I like the way Nick played that, though. He really cinched it up. He wanted to move the balls out there to where he had a chance to get a game.
Well, for anybody who aspires to the proper kind of safety play, notice that he took most of the rails away from Raphael.
Yes, he did.
He didn't have hardly a kick shot at all.
Yes, he did. And if he comes just a little farther, he really needed to be down just a hair more.
I think he's got an angle to stay on the right side of the 8 ball as we view it on the monitor, don't you?
Yeah, he has to force it a little, though. He might even hammer it to the rail and out.
Yeah, I don't think he's got that much angle, does he? Yeah, he had room to just kind of punch it out there.
All right.
The 5 ball's on the lower left-hand side rail.
Now the 7's next. So he didn't want to go. He didn't want to get straight in on the. He wants to just go straight up and down. You hit up there about where the chalk's at and then try to bring it straight off of the angle, like so.
Notice what Buddy said there. He absolutely made sure he maintained an angle. A lot of times when you're in a position with a few balls on the table, you might think to yourself, well, how can I mess this up? If you get straight in there, you're in trouble.
Yes, you are.
Now, this is ideal. He'll go underneath the 8. Uh-oh, he didn't mean to come that close to the side. Ooh.
You kind of give yourself a little rush there.
Well, you and I know Nick Varner as well as anybody. That was not his intent.
No, it wasn't. He was just trying to finesse it up a little past the side.
Well, this one's pretty straightforward. Just draw the cue ball back.
Yeah. You don't want to overdraw it. He's perfect. He's perfect. I like just following this up a little bit. Taking all the risk factor away. He may even bump the rail. Like so.
And why would Buddy Hall say that? Simply because that's 100% way of making the 8 and obtaining decent position on the 9 ball. 2-1's our score. Favor of RAFAEL Martinez. Anyway, Raphael's a great guy. I think he adds a lot of class to any tournament arena, don't you?
Yes, he does. Raphael's a nice guy and a good friend of mine. Both of these guys are really good friends of mine.
There's Hubba Hubba.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
He's made that a catchword phrase here in Reno.
Yes, he has. Our tournament director occasionally uses that phrase, hubba hubba.
That's his wife, Maria.
Mm-hmm. Hubba hubba loves pool. He played in the Pro-Am, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the amateur division?
Yeah. Sure, he loves pool. Have you been out to his house and played? Got a nice gold crown out there and everything.
Does he?
Sure.
I talked to him once. He was interested in maybe taking lessons.
Well, I gave him some lessons.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Well, you're right about him loving pool.
He made a ball. Now, whether he has a shot, I don't know.
I don't think he can quite make this, but what he can do is play safe. Cutting the one ball to his right and over to the side rail and then back over in the middle of the end rail.
Right. He's liable to make RAFAEL real close relation to the 9 ball here. He's got a good angle to come 3 rails to the 3rd rail underneath the bottom of the 9 and just maybe nestle right against it. There's 1. Whoops. He's 2. He's underhit it just a little bit.
Well, I thought he meant to hit on the other side of the side pocket.
I thought he did too.
Of course, we won't tell the audience that.
We've already told them. We have already told them.
Well, I kind of like hitting the one ball thin coming back off the rail here, not thick. Thin like that, and he's got a good chance to get it safe, unless he scratches. If he doesn't scratch there, he's got that ball safe.
Right. Now, Nicky has a golden opportunity here to really close the gap. I believe I would even play for the combination here. Would play for the combination. You have a real nice shot there. Play it in the upper right-hand corner. Go 1 rail across between the 7 and the 8 and just land on the side rail to the end rail down there with it. You got a real high percentage shot of getting a real good shot at that combination.
Well, I think he's going to play to hit just before the side maybe and take a little longer shot. But I wouldn't put it here. I'd shoot it in the pocket by which he's standing and come between the 6 ball and the side pocket. I believe that's better than what he's looking at there, following it straight down. Now he's looking at your shot.
Yeah, that's the shot I like. I like playing it in the upper right-hand corner and hitting the rail about where the chalk's at, or maybe even down this way just a hair. He's going to play him safe right here. See, I don't like that. I don't like playing for the 9 ball. This doesn't even make sense to me.
No, me either, because
I don't like that at all.
Against talented opposition,
See,
you're going to lose from this spot.
Right, he can hit this shot. He might make the 2. I bet you Nicky wish he had it back. If he hits the 1, he can either make the 1, he can make the 2, he can get lucky, he can hook you behind the net. There's so many good things can happen here.
And for sure he wants to hit it, because otherwise it goes on 2 fouls.
Right, there's a lot of good things can happen. Only one bad thing can happen. You can sell out.
I'm on 2 fouls at marriage, as everybody knows. 1 more and I'm out of there. Nice hit.
Oh. Now see, nothing goes. The 2's tied up. It's I really didn't like the way he played that particular shot there. I wasn't. He didn't make my approval on that.
Well, he may have been using his head in a different fashion than you and I suspect. You know, Nick sometimes will play a match where he just single-handedly controls the type shot his opponent has, and he may have wanted to engender that kind of match.
Now, what he may do is he may just feel like it also that if he can slow RAFAEL's pace down. RAFAEL's playing at a real deadly pace. He's making everything he shoots at, and he's wham, 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 you know. And Nicky might want to try to change that a little bit. And the way to change that is don't let him shoot for a little while.
Well, that'll sure do it.
See, they're just, I don't know what, has all the earmarks of being a really long game.
Yes, it does. And here, I think you have to play safe on the 1.
Well, I would even bank the 1 right at the 2 and drop the cue ball behind the 6. Well, he done it a different direction.
And that's a good shot. But this is not a tough hit for a quality player. He wants to hit just before the side quite a bit of left-hand English, just a slow, medium speed like that. Well, he got kind of a bum roll there.
I would have never hit it that hard.
Well, you don't want to knock the 1 down here because that's one way Nick could get out. The 4-2 combination may be on anyway.
Right. If the 4-2 combination's on, he's got ball in hand now.
Just shoot the 1 into it. And
right.
I think he's even got an angle to hit the bottom side of the 4 where he'll have position on the 1 ball, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't know. You can't hardly tell.
No, from this vantage point we can't see very well. Yeah, see,
Yes,
he hit the bottom side of the 4.
He sure did. It's going in.
Well, look at that.
He didn't want to do that.
You know, the physical aspects of the game sometimes are mystifying. Who would ever thought that ball would roll like 10 inches forward?
Right.
You just wouldn't think that.
Yeah. You don't
and I'm
anticipate.
sure Nick didn't think it. That thought never occurred to him.
Right. You don't anticipate stuff like that.
Could have been worse. You can see it. And I like putting him behind the 6 here. I wouldn't be crazy about shooting at this, would you?
I don't see hardly how you can shoot at it. Unless he can just drop between the 7 and the 9, which that's so risky there. I like just overcutting it and coming back down table, or maybe even banking it down table here.
Well, I like hitting it thick and putting him behind the 6.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Well, let's see. God certainly has got a number of choices at his disposal. Looks a little different when you're right up there at the table, too,
right.
Of course.
Well, he went ahead and winged it. No,
well, that's what I didn't like about that shot. You have to make a hard shot, and your percentage of getting position isn't all that high.
Now he has a bank shot if he wants to shoot it.
Well, Nick has a lot of confidence in his banking ability.
I don't know. It depends on where the cue ball's, which direction the cue ball is going to go off the 4 as to whether I would even shoot it.
Right, because he may not be able to get on the 6 ball. And since he didn't feel like he could, he elected to play a safety. And that's a nice shot. Tough kick here, too.
Yeah, he's going to make him kick. He's going to try to premeditate where he goes from. And you don't want him to just take off with a straight in.
Well, I like shooting this ball and making it hit just before the side pocket and putting quite a bit of right English on it.
Uh-huh.
That way you have a full ball to hit, and either side of the 4 that Raphael hits, he's got a chance to get safe.
Or that.
Or that, right.
The 4 didn't move.
Well, his safety game and his kicking game, they have really improved in almost overnight fashion.
See, I thought Nicky made a bad decision there by ducking.
Well, I agree with you.
He
You should have gone ahead and tried to get out there. Well, the quality of play out here on the tour is such that when you get a reasonably good shot, especially a ball in hand, it may be a long time before you get that kind of opportunity again.
Exactly right.
And Nicky can think about it as he looks at a 1 to 3 game deficit. Yeah, Archer and Kennedy are playing. Kennedy leading 2 games to 1 at the moment.
The U.S. Open finalist in 1992 on that table right there, Archer and Kennedy.
Great match across the way there, Jeff Carter and Earl Strickland. Earl kind of regaling the audience last night with a few tidbits. Well, he went forward with the cue ball a little bit, which he didn't mean to do, but he's got a great shot on the 2 ball. Now, Buddy, correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you just play the 3 in the side here, or the far right-hand corner?
I play the, well, depending on what you can do with the 4. Maybe the 4-5 combo, maybe, I don't know. You play it, actually you play position for the upper corner, but you don't mind over hitting it just a hair.
Right, that way the cue ball will go to the right a little bit.
Now he can bump the 7 out, see. He can actually play this in the upper corner and bump the 7 out and have a nice shot at the 4.
Well, he might have a little more angle than he wants to play in the corner. He's going to play it inside, isn't he?
Well, the 4 or 5 must be on then. The 4 or 5 combo.
Well, he's got to be careful that he controls the 4 ball here.
Right.
Looks like he's got to cut the 5 a little bit.
I'm not sure he has a whole pocket for this combination.
Oh, that was very nicely done. I like that. He got hardly any cue ball movement. The 4 only moved, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches.
Rafael's playing good. He was
Sure he
practicing a while ago. He was practicing at exactly the same pace he's playing at right now.
Well, that's a valid point, buddy, and you're one of the premier teachers in the world. If you're going to practice, you should liken it as much as you can to battle conditions when
Right.
you're in the tournament. Of course, gambling is kind of frowned upon now, but it also applies very nicely to the gambling arena.
Yeah.
And in a minute, perhaps we'll get an early ACCUSTATS score on these two combatants. At any rate, it's 4-1 as we speak. Advantage RAFAEL Martinez. Nice crowd tonight here too. They were completely sold out.
Yep, they were sold out with people still waiting, wanting in. They were willing to stand up. So we'll stand. We don't have to sit.
Howard Lubin, one of the longtime fans here at the Sands Regency.
I like those suspenders.
Christiana, who's beautified the view here all week, very graciously. Scott Smith, tournament director.
Uncle Scott.
Scott's quite a guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is, boy. I don't envy his job. He has a tough job. Him and Pat both can handle that.
I don't know how they do it, buddy. It's like dealing with 64 guys who, it's the wrong time of the month for them.
Well, it's really it's a tough job. It's really a tough job,
sure
especially you're so limited with your help.
948 RAFAEL's shooting at right now. What a tempo that is. 1,000, of course, is perfect pool.
He made 1, 2, 3. He's going to have to come with one here. He may play the 9.
Well, I would, just because the 3 and the 7 are laying pretty rough.
Yeah.
And if he plays a 9, he wants to use right English on the cue ball. It's a center ball type hit and a thin hit on the 2 ball.
Tommy Kennedy's playing good this tournament.
He sure is. Well, there's such an abundance of talented young champions on the tour now. Caught it a little thick. Well, what do you think of this, buddy?
Well, I think here it's time for him to go ahead and play. I'd play 2 rails into the 6.
I don't think I like that. This is too hard a shot here. What's wrong with 3 railing the 2 ball and pulling the cue ball over behind the 7-3-6?
He's got to start shooting, Grady. That's a shot. That's a shot there he's got to shoot.
Well, the time to start shooting, though, I think was when he had the ball in hand, not here.
Yeah, right.
This is tough.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to go 2 rails right into the back of the 6. No, he shot your shot.
Well, he didn't get him, though, I don't think, did he?
No. I thought he was shooting.
Well, I'll tell you what I like here. I'd be interested in your opinion. I don't want to be too far away from this combination. I'd rather draw back and bank the 3 cross corner or cross side. Well,
he'll just take the combo. He shoots so straight.
Well, that 7 ball looks like it's a good ½ inch off the rail. It's certainly not in the big ball position, which would be about 1/4 inch off.
Right. The 3 could end up on the end rail.
Right.
He hit it pretty firm too.
Yes, he did. Well, that's how much confidence he has in his great accuracy.
Right. Rafael cuts the ball about as well as anybody I ever saw, though. I believe he'll go at this. I believe he'll shoot at it and he'll go up and down.
I don't know. This is a pretty tough cut here.
Yeah, he'll whack it. I'm telling you, he'll shoot. He likes to shoot.
Oh, you're right. What a great shot. Boy, the audience liked that. And who could blame them?
Yeah, they do like shots like that.
Well, I'll tell you, for Nick, this could be a long evening unless kind of comes to life a little bit. Of course, Raphael has had something to say about that.
Right.
And just like that,
See, both of the
5-1.
games, 2 of the games that he's lost there was his electing to play safe instead of shoot. See, I believe if you have a shot that you can win with, you're supposed to shoot right there, because you don't get that many opportunities playing this caliber of players.
No, that's true. Well, I liked his shot selection, except for when he had the ball in hand. I think he should have shot there. And if he had it back, I think he'd do the same thing.
All over again?
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Well, no, you're probably right. See, that's where I would have shot. I know I would have shot. I would have tried to hit the back of the 6.
Oh, what a nice shot Rick Bowley has provided us of the...
Oh, watch the break here. Watch, see if the 1
cluster.
leaves the table.
Oh, look at that. That's like an explosion.
Yeah.
And he only made 1 ball on the break, but he's got a very nice shot on the 1 ball here.
Yeah.
Now, he can go around the 2 ball, which is the shot I like here. That's just as natural as walking down the street. I don't see any reason to load this up with inside English, do you?
No, you draw it right back into the 7's what he'll do.
Okay, he's got an angle to stay below the 7. Yes, he does.
Now he may play the 3-9, which I'm sure he'll play the 3-9.
Now, this is strange to me, but as many talents as Raphael is possessed of, he lacks the confidence and ability to shoot in this virtual hanger opposite-handed. Now, he's a talented young man.
Well, I know, but still, he had to reach a long way to get to that.
Well, he could just reach his body across the table, shoot this left-handed.
It's pretty tough to reach. Pretty tough to reach. Cue ball's a foot off the rail at the angle he's got to come back at. His cue stick would almost lay halfway. See his cue right there?
Yeah.
It's laying almost halfway in the middle of the table. Now, do you shoot? Does the 3 pass?
Yeah, and I think he just plays the 4. He goes 1 rail here, I think, to get on the 4. Like so.
Yeah.
Now he just like to go over and does not want to be exactly straight in on the 5. Slight angle, just like that. This is perfect here. He can use a little low right English.
Just bump the side rail over there and
right.
off.
Out a few inches. Well, you can tell when you're playing good because you're not, you get up close to that ball.
Yeah, and not worried a bit about that side pocket. All that stuff.
Well, one of the great things that I teach young players is that the greatest word in the world is close. The greatest word. Nothing wrong with getting close to that next ball.
Yeah. Raphael is hard to deal with. He is playing great.
That he is, and it's going to be 6-1. Martinez.
It all changed when Nicky played the safety.
Yes, you're right.
On the 1 ball. Because he ended up getting out-wrestled out of that game. He was trying to slow Martinez down a little bit, I believe, was his plan there, which his plan may have backfired.
Well, it's obviously the case, as indicated by the score. And it's not over with yet. Raphael's still at the table.
And no shot.
Well, he's got a cross-corner bank or a great safety.
Can he hit it? Can he hit the right side? If he can hit the right side,
Yeah,
he's still in business.
Sure. Well, I wouldn't play the bank here, I don't think.
No.
Because it can't stay close to the 2 ball.
No, I play the cue ball above the 5. Is that the way you would play it?
Sure, sure.
Try to knock the 1 right down to the middle of the table.
Yes, I think that has to be the right shot. And why? You can do it every single time you shoot it, just about.
He's going to draw it. He's going to try to put him behind the back of the 5. See, that's a little risky, but it's worked out great. He may be able to make the 9 right here. He may have
If
a
it
shot at
passes
the
the
9.
5, he sure might.
He may have a shot at the 9.
And even if he can't make the 9, buddy, he's not going to have any trouble hitting the 1.
Yeah, I would go for it if there's a chance it would go.
Well, you're real offensive minded anyway. You like to shoot.
He's down 6-1. He got to change something.
He sure does. He sure does. This is a tough shot, though. Even if the 9 passes 5, it's hard to gauge exactly how thickly the 1's going to hit the 9.
Yeah. But go on with it. You know, get lucky. Now, I asked you that question once. It took you 2 weeks to answer. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember. What question did you ask?
I said, Grady, if you have to do your best to luck a ball in, if you're playing for luck and blast, and you accidentally get lucky, did you make a good shot or did you get lucky? You're playing to get lucky. You told me, you said, well, I guess you make a good shot.
Well, I still would agree with that. See, I didn't like that shot selection, but when things are going a little badly, as they obviously are for Nick at the moment, I still believe the right procedure is to try to get a good confidence-building shot, like a ball in hand or a nice easy shot to begin with. Now he's got a little angle here. Bear with us, No, we've got a little technical difficulty. I think it's
I
straightened
believe
out
it's
now.
ironed out.
That sounded like one of my ex-wife's caterwauling there for a moment. All right, now he'll want to pull this back and play the 4 in the lower left-hand corner. Nice shot.
Nice, very nice shot.
Well, when you're in stroke, shots of that nature are relatively easy. Be out of stroke is tough.
Just everything is going his way.
That it is. And bearing that in mind, there's no reason to get cute here. That's fine right there.
Yes, it is.
And here, I don't think he'll mess with inside English.
Nope.
I would just play the 8 in the far left-hand corner. Well, he doesn't even have to do that. This is even better. Well, I tell you what, at the moment, he's making the game look easy.
At the moment, the game is easy.
And that's another thing I tell my students sometimes, buddy. The game's supposed to look easy or you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Well, 7-1 with no abatement in sight.
No, it doesn't look good, does it?
You're going to open a billiard supply place too, right?
Right. It's pool school with a billiard supply. I'm going to handle pool cues. I'm going to mainly Bloodworth cues. I'm going to specialize in Bloodworth cues and rare cues, collector items and stuff like that.
And that is in the thriving metropolis of Metropolis, Illinois, is it not?
That's it. You got it.
I'm one of the few guys out here on the tour, I think, that actually knows where you're from.
Yeah, everybody thinks I'm from Kentucky. Look here, he came up dry.
Well, that's a surprise.
I think he gets to take off with a combination.
Well, this is a lot better than what he has been facing.
It's not even close. It's not even close to what he has been facing. Now you find out, can I make a shot after sitting in this electric chair that long?
Well,
this is a tough shot when you're down 7-1.
If I had to pick one of these talented champions to do exactly that, it would be Nick Varner, probably.
You know who I think is really uncanny at stuff like this? Mike Siegel.
Yes, he is.
I think Mike
sure is.
Nicky's going to draw this ball.
Oh, I don't know about that. He must not think he can control a 1 ball, hitting it with no English. Well, that's a great shot.
Yeah, he's come up with a shot. At least he's come up with a shot.
Well, what he wanted to do there, buddy, I think he was following your line of reasoning there. He didn't want to bunt that. He wanted to hit something with a little authority and kind of get started.
Right.
Maybe claw his way back into this match.
Exactly.
Now, the problem he has here is he has to miss the 8 and not come short enough to hit the 9. He wants to come back between the 4 and 9.
Right.
There's a shot of the captain,
Mikey.
the mighty Mike Siegel.
Building cues now.
Yes, he is.
Building his own cues.
He's giving us a nice wave there. And a great product, I think that'll be. I don't know. Mike has done one thing consistently better than anybody ever saw in my life. I think I've seen him play perfect or near perfect in the finals more than anybody.
Yeah.
He's retained a consistency that's near awe-inspiring.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice shot.
Wow. He has overhit it. Oh, the 2's down there on the end rail.
Oh, you didn't see the 2?
Raphael's between me and the 2. I didn't see it, no.
Oh, okay. I knew he had to come down here for the 2 ball.
Yeah, I thought he was playing position for the 3. Do you back it up?
I would go around. I go around the 4 here.
Yeah, he's coming backwards. He's coming back.
Okay.
Oh, straight up.
Straight up.
Oh, that's a better shot yet. That's much better.
Got a nice angle now to just punch the cue ball out one rail.
Yeah, Nicky, like you say, you know, I mean, he is the kind of guy that can come from behind.
That he can. But once again, I asked a time-honored question: do you think he could come from behind if we took his gum away?
Oh, I don't know now. The gum?
Just
I
kidding.
don't know. This is one place that a person needs gum. I choke to death up here. It's the driest place I've ever played
it is
pool in my
dry.
life.
I've had so much chapstick, I can't believe it. I'm on my 3rd tube. Well, he's got an ideal angle to get on the 8 ball. You ought to see when Varner and Siegel go fishing. They go to the bait store and spend $600. I mean, I never saw anything like it. It has to be just the right kind of beef jerky. The bait's got to be just right.
You mean Siegel and Rimpey?
Or Siegel and Rimpey, yeah.
Varner, I don't know. Has he ever been fishing? Nick?
Maybe not. I meant Rimpey and Siegel.
Yeah. Oh, Siegel, he goes every day. He said he got a pond right out behind his shop. He said he gets up of a morning, the first thing he does is runs out there and throws it a couple times. Throws it just a couple times, then he goes and gets breakfast and goes to the shop and works. He said about 4 o'clock he's back out at the pond again.
Yeah.
So he's doing pretty much what he wants to do.
Okay, 7-2. Nice run out that Nick made there, under pressure conditions, I might add. And this equipment very comeback conducive. Because the tables are breaking so well, it's pretty easy sometimes to string a few racks together.
He really needs to make one. He needs to make one on the break here.
Well, Nick has one of the most underrated breaks on the tour anyway.
Yeah.
You don't win as many tournaments as he has without having a great break.
Right.
Checking the rack.
Which he needs to do.
Well, that's important. Not that anything would be intentionally done, but sometimes they roll off.
Did he make one?
If the 1 goes, he did.
And he got a shot.
He sure
I
does.
believe he has a shot.
But what he doesn't have is a decent layout. Look at these balls.
Yeah. The 5 may pass. It may go in the side, but how do you get to it? You have to play the 4 either in the side or in the corner. Come to this side over here. From right there, the 5 will go. It'll go in the side from right there.
Right. Well, he might try to get an angle on the 4 to break them up, too. It'd be ideal if he could get an angle on the 3 ball to get an angle on the 4 where he's got a choice of breaking them up or playing to get position on the 5 ball in the side pocket.
He hit it well. He's pretty well located there where he wants to. That's where he wants to be. He knows he's either going to have to go into the 5 or come to this side of it. He may be playing a straight pool shot here to play the 4 in and come right into the 5.
Right. Well, your point's well taken. He wants to be sure that he's on the proper side of straight in on the 4. Now that's ideal.
I believe he got right where he wanted to be.
Yeah, he's got his choice here. He can pull it over to the side rail and below the 5, or he can go into the 5.
See, the only problem with playing below the 5 is you have to have an angle to stay above the 7.
Right.
So you can't come
back.
Because
the 7's messed up too.
Right, the 7 will pass the 9 over into the other corner. See, so it really, his options here really to go into this ball.
Well, I sure wouldn't do it very hard. It's kind of hard to control a 5 ball.
Yeah. He's going into it.
But I wouldn't want the 5 ball to move more than a few inches, like so.
Well, he played it perfect.
Well, Nick has a lot of straight pool and one pocket knowledge, and that helps you in situations of that sort. Yeah, that was beautifully executed. The whole game plan.
He's starting to make his run here. I'm going to ask Nicky if I can borrow some of his gum for my next match.
Well, it might work.
Well, I know it won't hurt.
It might work.
Perfect. He's trying to send a message here that he is not coming along peaceably.
Well, Nick is funny anyway. I don't know if you know this about him or not, and I probably shouldn't say this. He doesn't mean anything by it. He's good-natured about it. But like if you beat Nick and he beats you the next time, you can hear him if you listen real close under his breath. He say, "Well, I paid him back." He doesn't like to lose, is my point.
No. He said he's lost about every way you can think of, but he has yet to find one of them that he liked.
Right. Well, U.J. Puckett used to say that. I wish I could imitate his accent, but he says bad. He says a bad that would lose his money and laughs a damn fool.
Had another little player there. I believe he's from Taiwan. They thought he was from the Philippines, but I don't believe he's from the Philippines. He's from Taiwan, and his name's Kiamko. He's the one that put me on the loser side, the little rascal.
I'll tell you what, they have a lot of fine players from overseas, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They sure do. I know I have a lot of fun when I go over there because I get to date ladies that don't speak English. Well, he scratched. He cut the one ball the wrong way.
Yeah, that's bad scratch there.
Well, that's the last thing he wanted to do.
You're behind 7-3 now, and made a little bit of a drive. You're able to stay at the table.
Now, Jeff Carter's forging a nice match down there. He was behind 5-3 against Earl Strickland. He now leads 7-5. Okay, we're going to take a short break. Well, here we are. RAFAEL Martinez with a ball in hand.
Give us a rundown on our statistical analysis that was sent to us by our Lisa Diatri brought those to us.
And what a nice lady she
Compliments of Pat Fleming.
Anyway, 1,000 is perfect pool. That means, quite simply, you can never scratch. Your opponent can never make a ball after you play safe. You cannot make any position errors. You can't miss any kicks. 1,000 is perfect pool. It's only been done twice. 968. That's nearly flawless, Gilbert Martinez, and he's pocketed 60 balls. Nick Varner, a very respectable 903.
Both world-class numbers.
Sure, if you can shoot in the 900s, you're going to win tournaments. But the difference is that RAFAEL has run out every single time he's had a shot, I believe.
He hit that one a little shaky, but it still went.
And he's obtained a near optimum angle to get on the 5 ball here. And he doesn't want to get straight in. He wants to maintain a little angle. I think he'll just plan to lag the cue ball forward a few inches and then shoot the 7 in the pocket and go 2 natural rails to get on the 8 ball. Okay, he's elected.
He's going to have to come forward. I believe he'll come forward on this.
I don't know if he's got to do that. I think he'll draw this back and miss the 9.
Yeah. You're right.
It looked pretty natural. I don't think he likes to roll balls, and I can't blame him for that. Boy, is he playing
really fine pool.
About as well as I've ever seen the game played. 8-3.
8-3, my man.
Yeah, that's Dave and Chris Piona's anniversary. Condolences. I mean, congratulations.
Yeah, they're smiling up the place over there for us.
That they are.
Hi, guys.
Boy, they're a classy couple, too.
Oh,
they had a lot
wonderful
to the sport.
people.
Yeah,
Wonderful
sure
people.
Are. Give you the shirt off their back kind of people. And Dave, I've known him since Cochran's days. 1028 Market Street in San Francisco.
Well, I've known him all my life, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember when I met him. I just remember knowing him.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. He's not going to have a shot. And I might push out to take the kick here, buddy. But if so, I'd push it 6 or 7 inches.
I believe
closer.
I'd go ahead and kick right now. Wouldn't you?
Well, I'd rather get where the 9 ball doesn't interfere with my bridge.
I believe he's going to kick right now. He's going to try to stick it. Like so. He may have not got there. Well, the 4 may have. He may have a combination at the 9 here.
He does, but it's tough.
Yeah, but it's all he has.
Well, I would go ahead and play the billiard on the 7, too.
I think he's going to devote really all his attention on this 9 ball, on the hit on the 1. And if the 7 lays there, then he'll take it. If it doesn't just lay there, I don't think he'd do anything extra for it. Do you?
No, probably not. Other than perhaps the speed he elects.
Yeah.
I sure wouldn't completely roll this, though. I'd hit it with a little speed, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's hitting it with a low ball. Evidently he's having trouble making a bridge. Nice shot.
Very, very nice shot.
Nice shot. Boy, what a shot to come with right there.
Boy, you're 100% right about that.
But, you know, that keeps him in the match. It's 8-4.
Sure.
It's a whole lot better than 7-1.
That it is. Well, now I think we'll see Nick go to great lengths to avoid scratching. He certainly doesn't want to scratch anymore.
No.
Jeff Carter now leading 9-5 over Earl Strickland.
Over the mighty Earl.
Kennedy's leading Archer 6-3. Well, all that happened to Nick was he didn't cut the 1 ball in the right direction. Nick, a great practitioner of playing position for the 1 ball for the far right-hand corner.
He made 2 of them that time. He went ahead and laid into them a little bit. He come up dry. But he has a shot here. He has really a good shot here. I like this shot. You bank the 2. Actually, 1 rail at the side. You actually play this ball. Play position. But you sticking right there now. You have to stick. You actually play this ball 1 inside.
Well, I would like your shot if you were a little bit closer to the 2 ball. When I hit this shot, though, a lot of times I seem to catch the far point and the 2 ball will
and bring it back.
Because he has to hit it in order to stick it a little bit harder than what's natural to make this.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad shot by any means.
Actually play the ball 1 inside. Oh, 1 in the corner he played it. Wow, what a shot. Wow,
nice shot,
man. He sure hit it good, didn't he?
Well, he's a great banker anyway.
Yeah.
Does the 5 go? That's the question here.
The 5 may pass the 7 over here. If it doesn't, it definitely goes straight in the side. You have to play the cue ball to this side of the table.
Sure. Well, he needs to be careful how he goes about this. That's why he's taking a little extra time.
Yeah. I believe the 5 may pass the 7.
Well, if so, do you stay below the 4? That's kind of what I like.
Well, evidently it passed. Well, this is the wrong time to look at it.
Yeah, no kidding. He should have looked at it before. I assumed he knew where
Yeah, I assumed he knew too. Maybe he's just double checking.
Well, he's got a nice angle to just punch the cue ball out beyond the 9.
Oh yeah, it must go. If it doesn't, it will really surprise me. He has to come back over to that side table. Look, I don't believe the 7 passes the 9.
Well, he can draw this, so buddy.
He has an angle.
Yeah, but he can still draw it and I think get back far enough to have a good shot on the 7. Yeah,
Nice
that's
shot.
fine.
Yeah, good shot. Good call, Grady. Good call.
Well, he must have only had a half a pocket.
Yeah, must have.
And in my experience, when you have a half a pocket, if you try to go over to the side rail and back over, invariably you miss that darn ball.
Yeah.
Now what, around the 9 here?
Yep, round the 9. 3 rail position here. 1, 2. Oh, he played it 2 rails and he's played it short. See, that's why I like hitting the 3rd rail. You play it short and you play it into the 3rd rail. Nicky has a lot of nerve. He'll play this. He'll hit this shot left-handed. This is dangerous though when you're so far behind.
Yeah.
He shot it right in. He's playing to the other side, playing the 9 over here. That way he could go ahead and hit it with a little speed. That's a pretty good shot for left hand.
That it is. Well, he plays pretty well opposite hand.
Yeah, that shot was proof of the pudding.
Well, once again,
8-5.
if you like championship play, I don't know how you could ask for more than this.
No, I don't either. I don't either.
8-5. And I don't think we'll see him change his break position. He's become comfortable with it.
Well, he made 2 balls on the break last time.
Right.
And made a tremendous run out behind it.
I don't know what's going on down there with Carter and Strickland. It's 10-5 Carter now. He's reeled off 7 games in a row. Hard to do against the likes of Earl Strickland.
Yes, it is. He may have gotten safe back there. He may have kicked him safe. Oh, he made the 9 on the break. He made the 9 on the break. The only ball he made, I believe, was 9.
Well, if you have to only make 1, I guess that's the 1.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, this is getting interesting. 8-6 now.
This is a match now.
I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun to be in dead stroke. You've probably felt it more times than I have, being probably the best 9-ball player that ever lived, but it's a great feeling to be playing, especially on tables with forgiving pockets, and be behind, hypothetically like this, 8-6.
And know you feel like
you're, well, you feel like you're the favorite.
Yeah. You know, Raphael has not made a mistake. He hasn't done anything wrong.
No, he hadn't.
Oh!
Hopped a little bit.
Yes, it did.
Made
He
one on
made
the break.
one
We're
on
going
the
to take another look at the break shot where Nick pocketed the 9-ball.
Now watch the way he lays into it. Now he's going to stay right with it.
In slow motion. There it is. Look how nicely that 9 is threading its way towards the corner.
And actually, when Nick breaks the ball, both of his feet actually leave the floor, and he comes forward about 6 to 8 inches. His whole body.
Right.
Which that's really amazing to me.
Well, there's several players that do that, but Nick, he does it without getting splayed feet. They don't wander apart. Good match over there, Kennedy and Archer. Kennedy leading 6-5.
Yeah. Archer's fought his way back into it. He was down 6-3, made a long combination to stay in the hunt there.
Now look at this, buddy. The 5-9 are tied up. If he can make the 1-ball, though, the 2-ball is close to the 5 and 9. He's going to play to break those up. The 4-ball is hung up down there.
In the hole, right. Do you hit this, Grady, with a little inside
Well,
English?
sure. And why don't you tell our viewers why?
Well, you hit it with a little inside so that you come back to the right-hand side of the table. You play to the right to go to the right.
Otherwise, you might end up behind the 7 and 8.
Right.
And he doesn't have to move this much. Pat Fleming pointed out that he hit it with left English.
Well, he may have, if he had the luxury of being able to follow his cue ball and still hit it.
Oh, wait a minute. You know, he might have played that 5 because all he has to do is stay at that end of the table, the far end, for the 6 ball. If so, that was very perspicacious of him.
Nice shot. Very nice shot. Nope, he's right back in the hunt. He runs out here, he'll be 1 game down. Rafael has not made a mistake, and I guarantee you both players right now are playing in the 940 range.
Oh, sure. Well, this kind of makes it all worthwhile when 2 grizzled veterans like us devote our whole lives to this sport. To get to watch or perform a little championship pool is what it's all about.
Yes, it is.
That and the company of a lovely, delicious female on occasion. Provided you're not married to same. Just kidding. I like the way he did that, because that allowed him to hit it with confidence and authority.
Well, see, I like playing it, drawing it back, hitting the second rail, playing the 7 and the 8 in this pocket.
Oh, that's a good way to play it, too. Touch of inside.
He may have, oh, he come up fine.
Yeah, he's fine here.
He's fine.
Really, he can just pretty much roll this 8 in the pocket.
Yeah, roll it in, maybe even touch with a touchy inside English.
Right. He'll go to the end rail and off a few inches.
Like so.
And I tell you what, buddy, this is beginning to look like one of the best matches I've ever seen. Maybe we can get an updated ACCUSTATS score. 58. 958 for Martinez. 942.
I was right. They were in the 940s, 950s.
Well, think how you must feel to be one of these guys. You're playing at better than championship pace, and you're not running away with it.
Well, Nick's you're playing a 942, and he's behind.
Yeah.
Rafael feels the same way. He's in the 950s, and he's only 1 game ahead.
True.
So I would say that both of them come to play.
Oh, sure, without a question. Well, no reason to change the break position. He's got it exactly going the way he wants.
He didn't make one. He came up dry. But he left nothing. Maybe he may have a shot to play safe.
He left the 7-ball city jail. I think Rafael can put him behind the 7 here, can't he? Unless I missee the lie of the balls.
It looks like he can.
We'll know in a moment.
Want me to relieve you? You've got to play in 25 minutes. In a few minutes? Okay.
He wants to hit this very easily.
Uh-huh.
A little right English. I think Rafael wants Nick to sit down. Or maybe call the tournament director. Who knows? Oh, this can't be a bad hit, can it? Maybe he's got a hard shot just to hit the one. Maybe the 7 interferes slightly. I don't know. Or maybe he's going to shoot it hard for some reason.
I mean, he's playing the safety. There was no reason to call the tournament director for that. Well, Nicky didn't realize that it was that simple a shot, or he never would have called the tournament director.
Well, I didn't think Nicky did. I thought Rafael did.
Now the tournament director, no, Nicky called him. But now the tournament director has a definite reason to stay.
I don't think so here. He's got to use like low right-hand English to hit this ball and go 2 rails around the 7. I don't see another way to hit it, do you?
No, but it looks like he's got a pretty natural kick here. Pretty tough to really miss hitting this ball. And what I would try to do, I'd try to hit it at a speed to where the 1 ball goes to the other end of the table and the cue ball stays at this end. Right. I'd try to hit it, pace it at that speed.
Well, I would sure
to
hit
put distance between the balls.
Sure, I'd hit it at a medium speed.
Right.
Now, if he can catch the left side of the one, he could hit the 4. That was a bad hit, wasn't
No, it was a good hit.
Was
He
it?
caught it. He caught the one.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Well, he's got a nice angle to get on the 2 ball here.
I may have to leave you shortly, Grady. I have to play in 25 minutes.
And I certainly wish you good luck.
David Maddox may be taking over for me in just a couple minutes here.
Okay. Oh, the match we're going to do is Buddy Hall and Rimpey?
Well, I believe I can stick around then.
Well, that'll be a pleasure, as always.
Yeah. Going to be something to play on this table here. Maybe I can learn something watching these guys.
Well, that's a good point, Buddy. If to aspiring players, if you happen to be sitting around a tournament, don't just sit on your duff and take everything for granted. You might as well watch and learn something.
Right.
See where the guys are breaking from, what success they're having, and miscellaneous technical things.
I guess the 5 passes the 6.
Well, it must, or he would not have been so lackadaisical in his position play for the 4 ball.
Lackadaisical?
Yep. Well, that surprised me. I don't know why he didn't go down to the end rail and back up. Distance obviously not a factor for Raphael.
Nah, he shoots straight as white herb.
That he does. Now, if he's got a little angle here, he's got to be careful if he draws it not to pull it around the 9.
Uh-huh.
Okay, nice shot.
Yes, it was.
And I kind of like going 1 rail here rather than 2.
Well, the thing about going 2, if you come out like so, you know, now you've got a natural 1 railer over. If he plays it that way, he's going to try to get straight in on the 8.
Or lay the cue ball right on the rail, which isn't bad. The only problem with this, it's hard to reach. I kind of like... No kidding, Earl Strickland has pulled to within 1 game. It's 10-9. What a great match that is. And Earl, as we know, he's quick. And he can beat you 5 or 6 games in 6 minutes.
He can beat you 5 or 6 games so fast and make your head swim.
All right, 9-7. I'm trying to remember what happened there. How was it that Raphael got to the table this game? Nick broke the balls, made a ball on the break.
And Nick didn't make a ball on the break
Didn't
that
make
time.
a ball on the break.
That's
right.
Raphael
And
played
Raphael
safe.
played him safe. Okay.
Then Nicky kicked and hit the ball, and Raphael run out. Tony Varner, isn't she a beautiful girl?
Yeah, and just as sweet as they come, right?
Good girl.
She sure is.
She happens to have my car keys right at the minute, too. I'm glad we got a shot over there.
She's got your car keys?
Yeah, she went to the mall today, and she flew out here, and I drove, so she used my van to go to the mall.
You know, if you'll remember back, Nick's best years in pool began when he and Tony got together. I noticed things like that. She's been a settling, very good influence on him.
Yes. Well, that kind of break. Oh, he didn't make
no,
it.
he
He
did not
come
make
up
anything.
dry.
But look at the lie of the balls. 2 ball, can't do anything with it. I mean, it passes underneath the 9, but that would take a perfect positioning of the cue ball.
Take a perfect shot.
Yeah, and I don't know if the 4 goes. That's at the far end of the table by the 8 and 7 ball. And from this vantage point, I can't quite tell if they go, buddy.
Yeah. That's pretty tough from right here just to get down there. All
Well, right,
do
he
is
has
get-
no angle to get down
Right.
there either.
All he can do is get position. He can possibly get position for a back cut combination on the 6.
How about coming over below the 5 and just laying the cue ball on the far left-hand side rail and planning to play a billiard on the 9?
Planning to play a billiard? Or
I might
yeah.
consider it if I didn't think the 4 went. I'll see what he decides to do here. I don't like going between the 3 and 5 here and still trying to get past the side.
What a shot. Boy, what a hit. He can make that 2-ball from there.
That's what it took.
He can make the 2 from there.
Well, buddy, I'm electrified and astonished. That might be the single greatest position shot I've ever witnessed.
That's about as good a one as you'll see.
And we've seen some fine ones, haven't we?
Boy, I'm telling you.
Boy, that was some kind of shot.
Yes, it was. Just when you think they don't have anything, these top players always seem to come up with something.
Well, I've seen you make some stylish, finesse-type position plays in your career.
I would have never thought of that.
Well, who would have? Well, Nick's a creative player. Let's give him all the credit for that.
He is. Johnny Archer has taken a commanding lead. Well,
no, he's not a commanding lead. Looks to me like they're tied up 6 apiece or 7-6.
It's 7-6. He was down. Well, I said that kind of. You know, he was down 6-3. Now he's ahead 7-6, and you know, it was kind of a joking remark. Commanding lead.
Now Nick's going to have to play safe here, I think, or bank it across side. But
Try to stick him right behind him.
Nice shot. Nice
yeah,
shot.
very.
We're going to look at this position shot, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a 4-rail position. 1, 2, 3, 4. What a shot!
Boy, boy, boy.
That's a fine bull shot there.
Look at this shot.
This is a pretty fair shot right here. But Nicky has a shot. It's a distant shot.
Well, this is a tough shot here.
Yes, it is.
Well, I think the key to being accurate and getting good position on a shot of this nature is not to hit it too hard. You want to hit as easy as you can. I see some guys get up here, they want to blast this shot.
Strickland's at the table. Now Carter's back at the table.
And Scott Smith kind of overseeing things.
Oh, Carter's at the table with ball in hand. Nicky really has to punch this one true here.
Right.
See, ooh. I mean real true.
Well, that was one tough shot.
He overcut it. You can't overcut it.
No, if you're going to miss it on the thick side.
Right.
Double out of the pocket.
Right.
Got a chance to get safe.
Right.
Okay, now he'll pretty much just punch the cue ball down a couple of inches, like so.
I don't see anything wrong with these.
No.
That hot coffee's about to go in that fellow's lap right there.
Well, let's see, buddy. This isn't too good an angle here. He might have room. He's got to draw it over to the side rail.
He's playing it down this side,
right,
the short
that's
side.
A nice shot. Well, that's really all he had naturally available.
Yeah.
Now, this is nice. This is almost a center ball type hit. You don't even really need maybe a touch of right English. Not much.
That's 10-7. How quickly it changes.
That it does. And I tell you what, I'm really enjoying this match. So we're watching two great champions pretty much at the top of their game.
Yes, we are.
And as you just heard Buddy say, it's now 10-7.
Excuse me.
And we're starting to reach the point where Nick has to hope just to get back to the table.
Right, there's a real strong possibility that he'll never reach the table again.
Eleven to 9, Carter over Strickland. 8-6, Archer over Kennedy. Oh, what a nice shot. Boy. He killed the cue ball in the middle of the table.
Yes, he did, and the 8 got him.
I believe it did. But Raphael expressionless as usual. well aware of the fact that he's still in pretty good shape. He beats the heck out of scratching. He's not making one in the break. Well, buddy, if you roll out, where to?
If you roll out, you have to roll out to this end.
Yeah, you can't put it at the other end.
No, and you can't let him. I don't think you can let him hit the top side of the 2. I don't think you can do that either. I think you have to come all the way to the end rail and accept a kick. I think so. I think that's the way you have to do it. He may have left him a shot.
Well, he can see the ball, but I don't know what shot is there.
He may have a cross side, that's what I was talking about.
Well, the 8's in the way, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, it sure looks like it.
Yeah. He may have a billiard shot.
Right, but I don't think so. I think the 3's in the way of that. But he could try the billiard shot and play to knock the 2-ball 1 rail down in the middle of the end rail.
He's let it get away.
That he has.
Yeah, well, he didn't leave nothing, though, unless he left the billiard.
This billiard won't go because...
yeah, the billiard's on, I believe. He's called him over to look at it.
He's got to hit the 2-ball too thickly. The 2-ball is going to hit the rail and get in the way of the forward progress of the 5. There's a kiss on this billiard, I believe, buddy. There's a nice close-up of it. Now look at that. To make the 5, he has to hit the 2 too thickly. Boy, what a nice shot.
He's playing it. He's sure playing it. Hold
let's
it right
see what
there.
happens. I say he's going to get a kiss on the 5-ball. Oh, he made it. Oh, that was a nice shot.
Yeah, no reward. No reward. I believe Icky's liable to end up behind the 7.
Right. Well, that's about the only reasonable safety he has. Want to use just a touch of right English. Nice thin hit on the 2-ball. Very nice shot. Boy, I tell you what, this is really something. Neither one of these gentlemen has mishit a shot hardly.
Yeah, Nicky missed that 1-3 ball,
Yeah,
but you know, from one end of the world to the other.
And having to draw the ball.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable bridging position. Tough shot.
Jeff Carter's about to take the hill back there.
Carter's playing awfully well.
Yeah, oh, he's playing great. He's been playing good.
Well, that surprises me. It's pretty rare you'll see Nick Varner miss a kick of that nature.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Nick Varner has missed twice. RAFAEL has not missed at all.
That's playing pretty good pool when you never miss.
That it is.
You never miss. You never miss.
Is that your Jose imitation? Jose
Never
Perica?
miss.
Over the years, we've had some pretty good imitators, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Now, do you play this, Grady? Do you play this
Long.
2 rails?
I play it long. Yeah, I sure do.
He's played it all the way down. He's played it
Well,
too
that's
far.
what I meant, but I would play it 2 rails like that.
Right, to bounce
come
off
up
the
a little
rail.
bit, sure.
Right.
But
Now,
he's all right. I think he'll make this.
7 may come into play.
Oh, you're right.
7 may come into play
Well,
here.
he'll have to
I don't know how thin he has to hit this.
He may play the 9 here. So
Yeah,
one rail,
he's a billiard player.
1 rail billiard.
Well, he made the 3 in the side.
Well, that was not his intention.
I don't believe it was.
Well, this is pretty straightforward. You lag the 4 in the corner, and you win or lose, probably.
Yeah, you either win or lose, that's for sure. Because if you miss this one, there's...
I don't like these kind of shots.
I don't
very much.
either.
They're tough.
I don't like them either. He made it right in. Missed both points the same distance.
Well, we might have expected that, considering the precision with which he's performing here this evening. Well, I'll tell you what, to anybody who might honor us with listening to this telecast, This is about as fine as you'll ever, or as good as you'll ever see 9-ball played. Now this is pretty much a shoot and stop position on the 8-ball. And just like that, it's going to be 11 games to 7 in favor of RAFAEL Martinez. I kind of like, well, both of these guys are great champions and true gentlemen, but I like RAFAEL's demeanor at the table.
Yes, I do.
He's all business.
Well, they're both mental giants at the table. I mean,
that's a great match down the way.
Jeff is on the hill.
9. But Earl's at the table.
And talking to someone. Talking to someone.
Has he got a designated yes man?
Well, the whole crowd says yes, man.
Oh,
Look at him.
Okay. Well, again, as I suggested a few seconds ago, Nick has to just hope he gets back to the table.
Yeah.
Table 3 is Jimmy Wetch. We'll be back tomorrow. Can we have a hand, please, for Warren?
Well, those don't look good this game. Well, the 5-8 are tough.
The 5-8 are also laying in a position to where you could possibly get behind them playing position on the 3.
Well, I might risk going into them here and hit it hard enough where I don't just roll in behind one of them.
You hit it nice and firm, so when you come off the back of it, try to come off the back of them, come off the back of them firm.
Sure. I like going 2 rails and into the 5 here.
Oh, he hit it short. He's going in the hole. Oh, he was lucky. He was very lucky.
Well, he did play to go into them.
He was playing to go into the vault. He sure was.
Well, he's got another chance because what he can do here is shoot the 3-ball in and try to go to the end rail with the cue ball and out maybe 3 or 4 inches is about as all he can do here. And
oh, it almost got away from him.
But he's got a nice natural angle here to go 3 rails. And I kind of like trying to split these 2 balls.
I do too, underneath. Split them underneath.
Sure.
You may get fortunate and catch the 8 good and solid. You know, if you catch the 8 solid, then it's.
I got to ask Pat Fleming a question. Does he get a position error if he doesn't run out here?
Is that a judgment call in that respect? Huh.
Oh, that's tough scoring. We're informed
that is
since
tough
he tried
scoring
to break them out.
That's tough scoring there because now he's in perfect position to play safe.
Yeah, but if I were playing in a match like this and I knew it would lower my ACCUSTATS score, I'd have to shoot here. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Well, he might have done that. He hit it awfully easy, Pat. I'd sure give him the benefit of the doubt.
No. The ACCUSTATS is a lot tougher than that, man.
They score it like marriage. I understand that. I understand.
That's right. You score it like you do an unruly wife.
Well, not much to this. You slug it and hope you get a break, right, buddy?
Yep.
Low English.
That's exactly right. You hope you hit it.
Might accidentally make the.
He jumped over it. It looked like he jumped over it. See, that's the problem with that. You don't hit that ball with all your might.
Well, he's going to roll forward here on a slight angle on the 6.
Yep.
I liked this from the beginning. I would play the 7 down the long rail.
I would too. I believe I would have came a little farther off the rail.
Well, he's got his choice. It goes in the side.
There goes your dad.
Or the
somewhere.
corner.
He's
Well,
headed somewhere. Oh, he's going to bed.
He's going to go take a little nap. I don't believe that. I think he's got some kind of nefarious meeting.
Jeff
Carter
beat
wins.
the mighty Earl.
We'll be back tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a hand, please, for 1994 World 9-ball champion Earl Strickland. Earl, thanks very much.
Earl's probably no. I started to say he might already be in his room, but he's not. He's still there.
Kennedy and Archer tied up 8 apiece. Well, 12-7. And at this juncture, certainly not looking good for Nick Varner. And I sure hope we get a chance to do an interview with the eventual winner of this hotly contested
12-7.
12-7. And it's time for my late match odds analysis.
What is it, 1,000,000 to 1?
No, it's 127 to 1, less the break vigorous. You make it about 80 to 1 against Nick winning this match from this point.
80 to 1. Wow. Great. I can't believe that. That just seems like that's so big a number there.
Well, sure, it's a big number. Boy, I tell you what, he's
it might be bigger
mighty.
number than that now. Because if he doesn't have the combo, he definitely has the billiard.
Right. Well, I think we'll see him play the combination. I think that's feasible. Well, he's going to look at it carefully because this,
yes, he
realizes Nick is ever dangerous.
Yes, he does.
So he wants to put this match away right now.
He's playing the combo.
Right.
He's going to bank the 3 into it.
He's going to catch a little rail first, is Buddy's point. And you want to shoot this easily, give yourself a chance perhaps to get away with a little bit of a bad hit.
Make the pocket as big as you can.
Yes, indeed.
He made it bigger than it was.
Well, Nick's still got a chance here.
Excuse me.
Boy, he's got a tough shot to start with. Long, relatively straight in. Well, let's see if Nick can reach down with that champion's heart he's always been possessed of and come with this long,
crank it into the low ball.
Shot. Well, if he's got a little angle, I would hit this with a high ball so I could use a level cue.
Yeah, I would too. I would too.
Boy, it's tough to make yourself stay down and follow through in this kind of pressure situation, too.
Yes, it is. This is just really against all odds. He's jacking up. He's going for the juggler.
Well, this is all right, too. He hit it with authority.
He's going for the juggler. He can't pull the trigger.
Well, I can understand that. I'll take a short break. Powder up. Oh, you smoke a cigarette?
He's going to take a... We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break along with him.
Well, here we are. Back, and it hasn't improved any. It's still the same long, difficult shot he had a few moments ago. Trailing 12 games to 7. And this would appear to be it.
This is it. You either stay alive or you're gone.
Boy, I tell you what, he hit that pretty well.
He did hit it pretty good.
Well, I think Gilbert has ended up straight in on this ball.
You mean Raphael?
Raphael, I keep calling him Gilbert.
Gilbert is twice his size.
That's true. That's
twice his size.
That's an honest accident.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, any one of my 3 ex-wives would dwarf Raphael, too. All right, here we go. Okay. Is he straight in, or can he...
He has a slight angle.
Oh, he was all right. He had a pretty good angle. Now, I think he's got an angle to draw between the 7 ball and the side pocket.
Yes, he does. I believe he does. He's looking at it. He's investigating.
If not, his other choices aren't nearly as attractive.
No, that's his choice right there. Oh, he's going high. The 9?
If so, he'll use inside English. Nice shot.
Boy,
nice
he
shot.
hit it good. He hit her well.
Boy, is he making these intricate finesse-type positions
He has
not
not.
so easy.
He has not missed one ball. I'm be real curious to know what his ACCUSTAT for this entire match would be.
Well, Pat will have that for us.
He may have gotten out of line right there. He'll have to play it over here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Might have a half a pocket. He looked lingeringly at the lower left-hand side, or corner pocket. He's looking again.
He may have a hole.
It would appear to be the case. If so, he'd like to just kind of bounce out one rail.
Oh, nice shot.
Well, buddy, this is about as good a 9-ball as I've ever seen turned in.
He never missed one ball.
Well, you've got to play. Why don't you go hit you a few practice balls?
I will. And it's been a pleasure, Grady. I've enjoyed it.
The pleasure is always mine. And good luck in your upcoming match.
Thank you.
We're going to have an interview in just a moment. Perhaps we can have somebody tell Raphael that, okay, I got his attention. He'll be up in just a minute. Final ACCUSTAT numbers: 957 for Martinez, 897 for Varner.
Here, let me out and you in. Move this out a little bit.
And Raphael is
Move this out a little
making his way up here as I speak. Be here in just a second. Raphael, we're really proud of you, man. You shot 957 in the ACCUSTATs. You had no misses. You didn't miss any balls, and that's about as good a 9-ball as we've ever seen played. You got to like your chances to win the tournament.
Yeah.
You happy with the way you played?
Okay, I'm sorry. I think it's okay.
You got to speak it a little louder. All the folks want to hear. They watch this great champion play. They want to hear your voice and talk to you a little bit.
Well, I'm just trying to do my best, and I don't think it's predictable right now. But I think I got a chance to win the tournament.
Well, we think you have a great chance. That, as I said, is as good a 9-ball as I've ever seen. You really played great, and you got a lot of confidence, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I do.
I do have a lot of confidence.
A lot of confidence in your shot making. And
Yes, I'm trying working in my game.
the break is working real good.
Yeah, it's working good.
Well, I think we're probably talking to the champion.
I hope so.
Well, anyway, we thank you enormously for providing us with that championship play, and I wish you good luck in your next match.
Thank you
That
very
comes
much.
from all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I don't know what to say. That's one of the nicest gentlemen, in addition to being a great champion, that I've ever had the sheer pleasure of being around. And it's fun to talk to him. Maybe next time we do another interview, we'll get him to open up a little bit. He's shy and unassuming. He just plays great. It's as simple as that. And if you want to get this tape or anything in the ACCUSTAT inventory, simply call 1-800-828-0397. So from me, Buddy the Rifleman Hall, and the entire ACCUSTATS crew, good evening.